bro. Oh shit, bro, they're shooting fucking wolves.
Oh, okay, I need to get some respawn. I don't have any stems left. Damn! Oh my god!
Wait, this is
Helldivers 2 is amazing. These are my first impressions of the game. The game is so good, everybody. Everything feels good to do. The movement feels good. Using the stratagems feels good. The guns feel amazing. The hit markers, the sounds when you're hitting the enemies, has a lovely like little packy punch kind of feel. Their environments are beautiful. Like the graphics look they're so immersive, and just how your character traverses them, it makes you feel like you're actually on the battlefield. You know what I mean? I think honestly the game is just, it's a superb game. A lot of good moments. It's one of those games that's, it's just a good fun game. It's nothing that's too, it doesn't take itself too serious, yet it's intense. So I think that combination is very fun, as well as it's a very challenging game. Like we were on easy and medium difficulty. Granted, we only had 2 or 3 people, but we were times where we were almost wiped out, and then one person clutches up and you're just like, oh, we're back in the fight, let's go. And it's so, the chaos is so uncontrolled but overcomable that you feel you're always on edge because you don't know what's going to happen. They nailed it, having the enemies feel very different. Like I was playing against the bugs, me and my team. We were playing against the bugs for like the first 3 or 4 matches, and the bugs were very melee focused. They try to overwhelm you with numbers and swarm you. A lot of them takes a couple of shots. It's not that hard to deal with. And then they have a couple of like bigger bugs that actually pose a threat, which is then if you're focusing too much on the bigger bugs, the smaller ones will then surround you. And it's only, you know, 3 or 4 hits to bring on your armor setting and you're out of there. And then we switch over to the cyborgs, and you go against the cyborgs and you're like, oh, wait a second, these guys are actually shooting us. And wait another second, these guys have good aim. So now it makes for another mechanic to where you have to change up your own tactics on how you're going to fight these guys. So now you actually have to start utilizing cover with the cyborgs versus with the bugs. You kind of run around and kite them and shoot them like that. So it just made a whole lot of interesting gameplay. And then we saw the points of interest, which we went to go find and play in. And one was from a trailer where they were loading up the missiles. We thought you just load up the missiles and that's it. But if you load up that point of interest and you load up the missiles, you then are able to call in those missiles with a stratagem to help you out later in the mission. And the best part about that, they have a little detail where there's a bunch of different artillery missiles. There might be a napalm one. There might be there's a bomb. There might be a mini nuke. The order you load them in is the order you're going to get to use them when you're using that stratagem. So it adds a layer of detail where you have to pay attention to how you're doing it. Because if I want to use the mini nuke, but I don't want to use it first, I need to make sure I load it up at least second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or whatever it is. So it keeps you engaged with something you did 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, that you're now thinking or recalling, oh, what order did we put that in? Which ones do we want? Because there's multiple rounds, so you don't even have to use the napalm if you don't want it. You're just like, hey, I just want mini nukes. Find all the mini nukes, line them up. So has a lot of little details in it. I'm gonna do a tips and tricks video and just all like the things you might not know video as well. Because I feel like there's a lot of little nuance in this game that make it super fun. The upgrading your ship is how you unlock new stratagems, and they are kind of pricey. So make sure you actually think about what you want and coordinate with the team you play with the most, so you guys aren't all rocking the same thing. Somebody might want to carry ammo or invest in the ammo department, the engineer department, and somebody else might want to go get a sentry gun. You know what I mean? So I think that balance makes you have to communicate. They have a lot of instances in the game where you have to communicate with each other. You guys all share the same resupply, so one person calling it too early when not everyone needs it could make you waste that resupply drop, and then you have a 3-minute cooldown for it, which doesn't sound long, but when you're in the heat of battle and your ammo goes fast, you're gonna need that. Because every time you reload, if your magazine is empty, you lose that amount of ammo. And all this stuff they say about team killing is very much a thing. In the beginning, you feel like you have a good grasp of everything. And it's good. It lets you feel in control. It lets you feel good. I'm shooting. I have a teammate. He might run by. I just stop shooting. You're good. You're fine. He might see me shooting. He stops back to where he goes around me. Everything's good. It's not until you are pushed against the wall to where all hell breaks loose, where you're shooting and it's a giant enemy coming close, and if he touches me, I die. So you have your LMG, you're laying down fire, you're emptying the clip, and your teammate is also running away from enemies. So that chaotic nature happens, and he runs past your line of fire, head's gone, he's dead. We've had an instance like that. We had an instance where a hell pod just drops on you, and this is a lot of fun, chaotic thing that can happen. That if you're not paying attention, it is what it is. But it doesn't feel bad. It's funny, if that makes sense. It's funny and it feels good, and it's a shared moment between you and your teammate that killed you. So I think that's a great aspect. I think it plays, I'm glad they have it forced on, because it really makes the gameplay more dynamic. and more real, that you guys really have to work together. So it's just a lot of little things move around. I think the game is awesome. It feels good. It's gonna be let's see what they can do with it. How can they push it forward from what it is already? The foundation is immaculate. The connection optimization, I think, played very well. I didn't have many issues. We disconnected a couple times, but you can get back in the game like that. And it was cool. It was me and my other friend. And when one of us disconnected, we both got the error that we both disconnected, but they remained us both in the same game. So on my screen, he left, and on his screen, I left. So we were both in the same mission still, which I think is a great way to do it because no one gets kicked out unless your game obviously crashes. But then you can just hop in, it's drop in, drop out co-op. So you can just drop right back in where you left off and you're on your way again. That's the only real problem I've had is just a connection thing. It could have been my side, could have been server side, who knows? Because I was also streaming while doing it. But overall, man, the game is awesome. I think $40 is a steal just for what it is. You can already, $40 for a good 30, 40 hours of fun is huge. Plus, upcoming content's coming, so I think the game's only gonna get better. But that's my initial impressions of the game. I think it's a fabulous game so far. It's everything and more. They really felt like they wanted to make an intense game that was not serious, but also it was just a game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a game it has some crazy impactful meaning or a game where it's going to change how you view game. It's just a fun game that you play with people and you experience different things with different people, and it makes for those moments where you laugh about and you're just thinking about, damn, I want to have more of the experience. I want to jump back into the game. So those are my first impressions on the game. I think it's amazing. I hope you guys play. If you guys have played, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're on the fence about picking it up or not. As always, thank you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. I'm going to be going live again later today. By the time you see this video, I'll probably already be live, so go ahead and stop by if you want to see some raw gameplay footage. As always, stay easy and stay breezy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.